Hello VC, this is Patrick the Vinyl Archivist. It is April 27th, 2021. This is going to be a vinyl finds video. It's going to be some stuff I picked up around town, probably over the last couple of weeks. I think I got about 10 or 12 records here, I think 10. So let us begin. Hope everyone's doing well before I start, but we're going to get right into this. So first up, I have Bill Bruford, One of a Kind. This is an original UK pressing. Bill Bruford. From King Crimson, and yes, on this album we have Alan Holdsworth on guitar and Jeff Berlin on bass and Dave Stewart on keyboards. Pretty stellar lineup. So this is a UK pressing. It's on Polydor EG. It's got custom labels. This is probably my favorite Bruford solo album. Highly recommended. If you are into, yes, King Crimson, prog, definitely recommend picking it up. If you are one of those people that hates prog, probably don't want to pick it up. But I think this was $10 for an original UK. Could not pass that up. Next, I don't know anything about this record. I do have a Duke Pearson record, but this is Duke Pearson, The Right Touch. This is a Blue Note. This is on the later label. Does have Van Gelder stamped in the dead wax. The people who are on this are Freddie Hubbard, Stanley Turrentine, James Spaulding, Jerry Dogion, Garnett Brown, Gene Taylor, and Grady Tate. I've never heard this. I do have a Duke Pearson, and with all the jazz vinyl tack stuff going on and Blue Note, it was like $20. I probably overpaid for it, but it's a local brick and mortar, so I didn't mind. And on that note, here's another Duke Pearson. It's called Now Hear This. Now, I gravitated to this one because when I looked here in the gatefold, I think this is it, it says that Pepper Adams plays on this. And Andy at Andy's Next Play Records was doing his jazz vinyl tag, and he mentioned Pepper Adams as somebody he discovered through the vinyl community. So I thought, well, I'm going to pick this up just because it has Pepper Adams on it. So, this is on the older school Blue Note label. Again, this has a Van Gelder stamped in the dead wax. Vinyl is very clean. Both the covers, the Duke Pearsons, were a little beat up, but I don't care. The vinyl for both of these looks great. Next up, on the same trip to the same record store, I got Frank Gambale, Brave New Guitar. Frank Gambale, probably best known for his work with Chick Corea. I've never seen this record on vinyl before, so it was a no-brainer for me. Interesting, Mike Varney was involved in this. He's more of a shredder guy, usually, but I think this was $5. I need to get a better sleeve for this bad boy. So because I don't see these around, I decided I had to pick it up. Next up, I have the Rhino reissue from 2017, I believe, of Montrose Paper Money. This is a 2 LP set now. They added a live show. Comes with a gatefold. This is the last album to feature Sammy Hagar on vocals. They attempt to reproduce the Warner Brothers Palm label, but it's kind of washed out. Most people don't talk about this album, Paper Money, but it does have some really good songs on it. And if you've never heard it, I suggest go giving it a listen. You can probably pick up the original for $2 or $3 at your local store, and it's well worth it. Here is a Music on Vinyl, Grand Funk Closer to Home. Picked this up at the record store. It was probably $20, and I'm curious to see how Music on Vinyl did with Closer to Home. Now, Music on Vinyl, their pressings are always perfect. I mean, their sources may not be perfect, but their pressings are perfect. I'm pretty sure that their pressings are as good as anybody in the world. Good as RTI for sure. And so I know that the pressing's great. I just don't know what the mastering quality is going to be like. So we'll take a shot and see what happens. Next up is Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. This is part of the classic era for me of Van Morrison. I picked this up. It's on the original green label Warner Brothers. I paid up a bit for this. I paid $15 for this. But I did not have it. I have had it, but I've gotten rid of it, so I needed to get it again and re-record it. So I was glad to get this. The vinyl's in great shape, and this is a great album. Probably one of my favorite tracks is Jackie Wilson Said. Just love that song. And St. Dominic's Preview is very good as well. On that same trip, I picked up an album you don't see very often. At least I don't. And it's Joe Walsh, The Confessor. This is one of Joe's better solo albums. It was produced by Keith Olsen when he first went digital. So it does have a little bit of a brittle sound to it. But it's probably one of Joe's better albums. I probably rank it right up there with But Seriously Folks for me. But like I said, the production is a little brittle, and I don't see this one in the wild at all. I mean, this is something I don't see hardly ever. And I highly recommend it. If you run across one for cheap, grab it, pick it up, see what you think. Here's another one that I don't see out in the wild, and I was surprised how cheap it was. It's Eric Johnson Tones for $4. And I love this record. I can remember the first time I heard this album. I'd heard of Eric Johnson, and I had Electromagnets, his first bands, on vinyl. But when I heard this, I remember sitting in my friend's truck, listening to the cassette, and just like going, oh my God. They try to recreate the Tricolor Reprise label here, but this is Eric Johnson's first solo album before Avia Musicom, which had Cliffs of Dover. And this is a great, great record. And for $4, you can't go wrong. In Texas, this will probably sell for $20 to $30. But here in California, it was only $4. But yes, Eric Johnson Tones, great, great record. And last but not least, in another video I'm going to make, I pre-ordered the Greta Van Fleet, and I did not know that it was going to be pressed at Czechoslovakia at GZ Media, or that they were going to be pressing some at MPO in France. So the one I got was from GZ Media in Czechoslovakia. So they do some good stuff, but I decided I had to go get one that was pressed in France to see if it was better, just because I'm a frickin' vinyl nerd. So I've already recorded the Czechoslovakian one, and I haven't opened this one yet, but I will and do a comparison, probably just of the first song, just to see if it's any different, and I will report back. But yeah, I love Greta Van Fleet. I think they get much maligned for no reason. I think people just like to bag on them because people started bagging on them. They just jump on the train. But this is a good record, and support the rock bands. We need more of them. So that's it for the vinyl finds. I have a postal pickup of a bunch of stuff I need to do. Hopefully I can knock that out today. Hope everyone's doing well, and see you on the next live stream. Bye. Oh, by the way, my contest is going to end in a few days, so if you haven't done my contest of your favorite Beatles cover, please do. I might make a reminder video. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to do 3 videos in a day. But anyway, bye everybody.